Casey Anthony. So, some of y'all might be too young to remember. I remember this like it was yesterday. It was during the height of my childhood, and I was so invested in this case. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with this foul individual, I'm trying so hard to keep my words clean here because there's so many things that I could call her. This is one of the most evil people I've ever seen. And I'm so serious. So if you're unfamiliar, back in 2008, Casey Anthony was a 22-year-old single mother from Orlando, Florida, and she was charged with first-degree murder of her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. So on July 15th, 2008, Kaylee was reported missing by her grandmother, who noted that Casey's car smelled like a dead body had been inside. Now, mind you, Casey claimed that Kaylee, her daughter, was kidnapped by a nanny, but that was quickly debunked. Later on, Kaylee, the daughter's remains were found in December of 2008 near the family's home with a roll of duct tape near her skull. But her body was so decomposed that they could not determine the clear cause of death, and it was ruled homicide by undetermined means. So the trial began back on May 24th, 2011, where prosecutors alleged that Casey used chloroform and duct tape to kill Kaylee, and that this was motivated by her wanting freedom from parenthood and citing that she wanted to go out and party and all these different lies that were going on around Casey's story, which never from day one added up. So the defense, though, claimed that Kaylee accidentally drowned in the family pool and that Casey's father, George, covered it up. But of course, those allegations were later denied. So after 33 days of testimony, the jury acquitted Casey of murder and aggravated child abuse and manslaughter on July 5th, 2011. And it was because they found insufficient evidence beyond reasonable doubt. So she was convicted instead of 4 misdemeanor counts of lying to police, serving a short sentence with serving a short sentence with limited time served. Now, there are so many details, and the deeper you go into that situation, the more you realize that this woman is very much giving guilty, allegedly, but according to the court, she's not. So let me be careful in my rhetoric and not call her everything that I want to, because I don't want her to sue me now that she's back in the public eye. But everything points to the allegation that the jury got this completely wrong. Now, what's so wild and why this woman is back in public eye, because she has just spent years living this super quiet life in Florida, completely under the radar, banished from society, as she should have remained for the rest of her life. If anything, she should have left the country, but she stayed here. And the way that this woman decided to come back into the public eye is the craziest thing I think I have seen all year. Right when the PR for the LGBT community could not get any worse, Casey Anthony has decided to put her name in the hat.
I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. My daughter is Kaylee Anthony. My parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done. The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself. My goal is to continue to help give a voice to people. One of the main reasons that I'm doing this...
Give a voice to your daughter.
There are people close to me who have been targeted and attacked recently. There are also people close to me who have had some recent things occur. As a proponent for the LGBTQ community, for our legal community, women's rights, I feel that it's important that I use this platform that was thrust upon me and now look at as a blessing as opposed to the curse that it has been since 2008.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. When all evidence points to you, and you still are such a narcissist that you really think that anybody views you as inspirational. You think that you're the person that people want to get legal advice and advocacy from. Are you deranged? Casey Anthony. Ho. You will never escape the horrors of what you allegedly did. And no matter what way you try to look at this, because first of all, when did she become a lesbian? You allegedly killed your baby and then went and became a lesbian and thought that was just going to clean everything up for you. Like, I do not get it. And how powerful is the umbrella of gay activism that you think that people are just going to overlook all of your allegations because you're now on the LGBT spectrum? You and everybody else at this point, it feels like, on the internet. Like, come on now. This is just disgusting. And there's people who are arguing that she deserves a second chance and that she deserves a chance to be, back in the public eye and not have to hide in obscurity for the rest of her life. Do I really even need to say much more? Like, how repulsive is that? And even if, let's say, she's really just that delusional and has fully convinced herself that she is innocent, which wouldn't even make sense, because why were you telling so many lies to the police? You really are that just tone deaf that you have decided to come forward and try to be this advocate. This is the grift of all grifts. This is one of the most repulsive grifts that I've seen in a long time. This is worse than Joy Reid and anything Joy Reid has done. This woman is a literal ain't gonna sue me, ho. This is an alleged murderer. And at the very least, she's an unfit mother. And that I can say without saying allegedly. And I find this really, really disgusting. And anybody that is supporting Casey Anthony trying to come back into the public eye, I don't think that you've done your research. And I beseech you to do so before you ever share another video of hers on my timeline. I hope to never see this woman again.